Happy Friday, everybody. The 17th day of April, 2020 is here. It's been here for about 7 hours now. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Weekend's almost upon us. Weekend weather forecast is coming up. We'll have some clouds rolling in from the north a little bit later on. There's a little shortwave disturbance over British Columbia, so our friends from Canada are going to pay us a visit later on with some high clouds. Filtered sunshine by the time we get to this afternoon. Fairly cloudy, maybe even a little bit of rain on Saturday, and we could use rain big time. We got all kinds of weather information to pass your way here in just a couple of minutes. Also, we'll have the latest on the big fire up in Waterville. Kopi's Garage is no more. That's our lead story. We have some fairly dramatic video that our good friend Eric Granstrom was able to put together. We'll have the latest information on that. Highway 2, by the way, is closed through Waterville near the location of the Kopi's Garage fire, but it's Waterville, so there are detours. So if you plan on taking up Highway 2 and in either direction up in the Waterville Plateau area, you can get through. You just can't get through the normal route. We'll get to that. Lots of news to get to and everything else you're used to. Speaking of Eric Granstrom, he had a chance to sit down via Zoom with Wenatchee School District Athletic Director Jim Beeson to talk about how they plan on honoring the senior class who didn't get a chance to play spring sports. We'll have that when we get to sports, plus the obscure holiday. We have today in history. We got some celebrity birthdays to come in your way, and everyone's entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. We were hoping to touch base yesterday with Jeff Enos of the United States Census Bureau to talk about the census response rate here in north central Washington. Didn't get a chance to touch base with Jeff via Skype. We had some technical issues. We're going to try again on Monday and maybe get that for you. So I wanted to give you a little heads up on that, a little shop talk as we move forward. Clear skies, 36 degrees, so it's a chilly morning today. We're going to warm up a little bit. We only hit 61 yesterday, but it sure felt nicer than that, didn't it? Let's take you around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless setup. And it looks like the cross camera is zoomed back just a little bit. You can see there are a few high clouds to the north of us. And again, that's what's going to happen today as this weak little system comes through, which means we're going to start seeing the clouds thicken up in our region later on this afternoon. By sunset tonight, it'll be fairly cloudy skies. I'll give you the timetable today. All in all, it's going to be a nice day. Saturday, kind of a mixed bag. We go right back to lots of sunshine. On Sunday, we'll talk about that again in details here in just a couple minutes. But we say good morning to Wenatchee, East Wenatchee. The sun came up at 6:07 this morning. Sunset tonight, 7:54. We're getting close to that 8 o'clock sunset. 13 hours and 47 minutes of daylight. By this time next week, we'll be over the 14-hour mark in daylight. Camera number 2. Don't know where we're off to. I take a look at the camera and tell you what I think we're looking at, and I know we're looking to jump off ridge there. That's one of our favorites. So the upper left-hand corner is the Wenatchee Valley. We're kind of peeking over the top there of the cross camera. You can see the abutment of planet Earth that sticks out there, the Wenatchee Heights area. Most of what you see, of course, is the Stem Basin. You can see Malaga, the East Wenatchee Bench. Beautiful view. Incredible drive. Up there to jump off ridge. Don't jump off ridge, by the way. It'd be quite painful. So you can see the high clouds way off to the north, and those are the clouds that are going to start easing their way, creeping their way, if you will, into this area. So we'll have some filtered sunshine by about noonish or so. Camera number 3. I've lost track already. That's the top of McNeil Canyon. We call that the McNeil Canyon camera, because you have to call it something. So we see Lake Chelan there. We can see the buttes. Way off in the distance is the Cascades and the Stehekin area. Beautiful view there. Again, to get to these cameras and get to these towers and repeaters and transmitters is not a necessarily pleasant drive, but that's the payoff, that incredible view that we will be able to give to you from the top of McNeil Canyon as we head up north. And camera number 4. Let's pay a visit to, well, there you go, Monument Hill. Good morning, Quincy. How you doing out there? The Clockham Ridge way off to the right. You still see a little bit of light snow there. Obviously, the snow melt will continue. What we really need is rain, and hopefully we will get some measurable precipitation coming our way on Saturday. And then maybe Wednesday and Thursday of next week will be our next chance at measurable rain. We got some rather sobering drought statistics to throw your way here in about a minute or so. So good morning to our friends in Quincy, where opportunities are unlimited. 5 minutes after the hour. Lots of slides to show to you today. Thank you, National Weather Service. We appreciate it. So nice today, some showers tomorrow. So the showers expected tomorrow are going to be region-wide. They're going to be hit and miss pretty much all over eastern Washington. The disturbance is moving north to south across our state. Very light precipitation if it happens at all. If it happens at all. It's kind of I don't know, that the percentage of rain coming our way tomorrow sits at about 30%, and it's showers, not rain, so it'll be light if it happens at all. But again, increasing clouds later on today. Not a lot of wind. Highs will be for the Wenatchee Valley up near the 70-degree mark, maybe a little warmer than that. We were supposed to be in the mid-60s. We only hit 61 yesterday. It was actually a degree below normal. Our normal high on Thursday should have been 62, but it sure felt nicer than that. I think it just felt warmer because of such a beautiful day yesterday. So nice today, showers tomorrow. The long-term outlook, this is going to take you right through the end of the month, looks something like this. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. This is the long-term outlook for the rest of April 24th through the 30th. So the end of April, temperatures near or slightly above average, and an increased chance of precipitation across our area. This is the long-term outlook, and the Climate Prediction Center, for the most part, they have a pretty high batting average on this. And again, the warmer than normal temperatures, don't have a problem with that. What we really need is the rain, because we have ourselves a drought. It is a severe drought. It's not an extreme drought. That would be red. We don't want that. But still, we are in the Wenatchee Valley, as you can see, that orange-colored swath of real estate that goes right down the middle of our state. That's us. You see how it grabs the Wenatchee Valley? And we are in a severe drought here, according to the Drought Monitor. In the 76 days since February 1st, we've had only 5 days of measurable precipitation in the Wenatchee Valley. That is not good. We need rain, and hopefully we will get some rain. Keeping your fingers crossed. I will trade off a cloudy, rainy, cool day for a sunny, warm day this time of the year, because we are way behind where we should be for precipitation. All right, Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling gives your home a hug. Let's take a look at the forecast from the National Weather Service. As I mentioned before, a shortwave disturbance over central British Columbia is slowly dropping south towards the forecast area. So we'll have thickening high clouds as the day progresses. Your timeline for the clouds, not a lot going on right now. As the day increases, the clouds will be thickening up. By about 1 o'clock or so this afternoon, it'll be half clouds, half sun, and it'll be mostly cloudy by sunset. Tonight, right around 8 o'clock, we'll have nothing but clouds, but fairly mild. They tell us right around 74 degrees, but they missed the mark on our afternoon high yesterday by a pretty good dose. And it is chilly, still only 36 degrees, so we may warm up to those lower 70s. I'm hedging my bet. With the clouds, of course, hanging around tonight, the blanket will be on, so the heat will be held pretty close to the surface, and that means our overnight low right around 49 degrees, very mild for the middle of April. Saturday, mixture of clouds and sun. There's an intermittent chance of rain pretty much all day. We're talking showers, not rain, so light droplets here and there. And again, it could be at 7 in the morning or it could be at 1 in the afternoon. It's kind of a guessing game right there. Slightly cooler high of about 68 degrees. There's a 30% chance, as you see there, of some sort of showers or precipitation under a mixture of clouds and sun. I think the clouds are going to have the better part of that argument on Saturday. 43 for the overnight low on Saturday night under partly cloudy skies. Sunday looks fantabulous. Lots of sunshine, right around 72 degrees. We'll cool down to 43 on the overnight low on Sunday night. Back to work on Monday, work being a relative term. We'll top off at mid-70s or so. Again, lots of sunshine. We do it again on Tuesday, maybe a little bit cooler. Wednesday is our next chance of measurable precipitation. Right now, there's a 40% chance of showers on Wednesday. Lots of clouds and a high of 69. That system comes back out Wednesday night. Thursday, we go right back to mostly sunny conditions, but still a lingering chance of showers and a high near 68. So to recap, lots of sunshine this morning. Clouds will be increasing. It'll be high filtered sunshine. By the middle of the day, nothing but clouds. By sunset, it'll be a mixture of clouds and sun, but probably mostly cloudy on Saturday. Lots of sunshine on Sunday, very little wind, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of rain. We could use it. It's 10 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break and come back with your Friday morning news, and there's a lot to get to, as you might imagine. The news is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
It's 11 minutes after the hour on the 17th day of April. It's a Friday. Clear skies, 36 degrees. Increasing clouds coming from the north with high clouds for the balance of the afternoon. Maybe a little bit of light rain on Saturday. Lots of sunshine on Sunday. We'll top off today in the upper 60s or lower 70s for the afternoon high. And here's what's making headlines. A Waterville landmark went up in flames last night. Kopi's Garage stood for decades, served as a Ford garage back in its day. It is no longer. It burned to the ground last night. Douglas County Fire Districts 1, 2, 4, and 5, and Chelan County Fire Districts numbers 1 and 7 responded to the fire. It was toned out shortly after 7 o'clock last night at the corner of US 2 behind Pioneer Park in downtown Waterville. Here's some footage.
Yeah, my gosh,
Ray's in there.
it's so bad. Wow. In the middle of all the burning,
So
there's a
hot
cross.
right here.
I can just hear the explosions and we can feel the heat. So sad.
What is? Listen to that.
What? I know, come look, it's amazing.
Holy.
Oh, a big wall just fell.
Holy.
Look at your Snapchat. Bye. There's my hard mode. Let me turn this fucker on. There goes a part of Waterville history, the Ford garage. Pretty sad.
There it goes. Poor Kopi.
That wall's
Have you ever seen such a thing?
hell. Across from Niemeyer's. Yep, it's sad. Piece of history. All right, I'm gonna watch it. Bye.
Well, who said that? Weird.
Painful video indeed. Thank you to Candy Ludeman and Sarah J. Moore for providing us with that video. We have a snapshot of what Kopi's looked like back in the day. It had served, of course, as a storage area and a place to work on vehicles by their owners. We will have more on this fire as the day progresses, and certainly tonight on the evening news at 5, 6, and 10. Speaking of fires, a single-wide trailer, multiple vehicles, and 2 outbuildings destroyed by a debris fire. This burned in Malaga on Wednesday afternoon. Firefighters were able to prevent it from spreading to the 2 nearby homes. Chelan County Fire District number 1 said a huge debris pile was burning between 2 homes when crews arrived, and it got within about 5 feet of a residence in the 4000 block of Concord Avenue. Again, this is in Malaga. The fire was reported at 1:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Crews had the wind-driven blaze contained to the debris pile and a couple of burnt cars by 1:46. The 2 destroyed structures were filled with a variety of household items. according to the fire district. Kayla Keller is the public information officer for the fire district. She said the fire is under investigation, but wind played a major role. She said people doing spring yard maintenance need to be aware of weather conditions and check with their local fire department before you do any outdoor burning. A woman told Wenatchee police she was stabbed in her sleep by her housemate on Tuesday, and it wasn't the first time this had happened. Officers arrested 53-year-old William Conrad Hewitt. He's now in jail on suspicion of first-degree assault. The victim said she believes Hewitt stabbed her while she was unconscious under the influence of medication. Police found her at Walla Walla Point Park with a non-life-threatening wound to her chest. She said Hewitt stabbed her at least once before. That was back in February, which led her to be hospitalized. Police said Hewitt denied the allegation, but on Wednesday, Judge Leslie Allen ordered him held on a $250,000 bond, calling the allegations, quote, bizarre. He is yet to be charged. New Chelan County Jail Director Chris Sharp, he wasn't expecting to take over the job of managing hundreds of inmates during a public health crisis, but he says the Chelan County Regional Justice Center is doing its very best to keep inmates and staff healthy. Sharp and County Commissioner Bob Booger spoke with NCW Life reporter Jefferson Robbins.
As of today, of the preventive measures we put in place, I think have prevented us from having a positive COVID-19 in our jail. Doesn't mean we won't get one, but right now, as of today, we still have not had one. One of the things we first did was we put booking restrictions in effect. So local law enforcement minimizing the amount of new people we'd be bringing to jail. What that means is we will accept all felony arrests. We still are accepting felony warrants. However, on the misdemeanor and the gross misdemeanor side, we are only accepting the mandatories, which would be our DUIs and any domestic violence charges. We've also let our local law enforcement know that we would also take somebody that maybe was going to get charged with a criminal trespass or disorderly conduct, but the officer felt that they were going to be a severe public safety risk if they were not moved into jail. So we're taking those into consideration. However, we did start this with about 200 inmates in our jail population March 19th, and within a week, we were down to about 130. We're hovering between 130 and 150 currently, with booking restrictions in effect. We are screening every inmate before they're booked into jail, so our staff and medical staff are meeting the arresting officer in our Sally Port, which is a semi-secure area. We're taking their temperature, we're asking them some screening questions, making sure that they're not hitting any of the marks that we don't want to accept. Most of our housing units that house about 15 to 18, there's 3 and 4 people in those cells right now because our population is so low. So yeah, I think one cell we have 10 people in it, but that cell is designed for 32. So we're doing a pretty good job of being able to manage the population we have right now. As far as we can't make them in the cell stay 6 feet apart, but we educate them and recommend them. But also for them, those ones that have been in there, their risk of contracting the virus is very, very low, actually. They're not out in the public. They're not leaving their cells. They're not touching things they shouldn't be touching. I mean, they're quarantined. Their biggest threat is us. So we are making sure we do our best to be socially distant from them. We actually did have one staff member. His spouse had contracted the COVID-19. So his doctor, he was screened and tested, and he was negative. But on recommendation of his doctor, he was isolated for 14 days. As far as the rest of the staff, to my knowledge, as of today, we haven't had any other cases of it. We've also briefed our staff daily. If you feel sick, don't come to work.
After being closed for a year for recovery work from the 2018 Cougar Creek fire, the Lower Mad River Trail back open for business. The U.S. Forest said Thursday that workers from the Northwest Youth Corps, the Forest Service trail crews, and volunteers from the Northwest Motorcycle Association built a new bridge, cleared some burned trees, widened some trails, even moved some big rocks. Most of the trail is open to hikers, mountain bikers, horses, and dirt bikes. However, like all trailheads in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, the Pine Flats Trailhead remains closed, so visitors, you need to park elsewhere and walk to the trailhead. The lightning-caused Cougar Creek fire burned more than 43,000 acres. To help communities stay connected while social distancing is still the law of the land, the Chelan County PUD wants to help establish free Wi-Fi hotspots in its service area. The PUD launched a plan this week with local internet service providers to set up 50 or more Wi-Fi zones in public places. That starts in the next couple of weeks. Exact locations in the $40,000 project is still to be determined. The Wenatchee School District and Greater Wenatchee Area Technology Alliance, or GWATA, they also announced a program this week to let students check out mobile Wi-Fi hotspots from local libraries. That should enable students to carry out their online work for the rest of the school year when they might not otherwise have access to the internet. And finally, on this Friday morning, the nights are warming, the days are lengthening. April's a great time to add a tree to your urban landscape. Arbor Day, a traditional holiday celebrated all over the world the last Friday in April by planting, learning about, and celebrating trees. Municipalities that are part of the Arbor Day Foundation's Tree City USA program have made a commitment to urban and community forestry and work to protect and maintain trees in their jurisdiction. The city of Chelan is a certified Tree City USA, and though it will not be celebrating its annual Arbor Day and tree giveaway in April because, well, of public health and safety, it remains very committed to its urban forests. A lot of Chelan residents in areas identified as having few trees, you're going to see a postcard arriving in your mailbox encouraging you folks to plant a tree with suggestions of the kinds of trees that are best suitable for your area. Arbor Day goes on, and I'm all for that. And that's a look at what's making news at 22 minutes after the hour. The news crew, some at home, some here, putting together a newscast for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. So get your weekend started by filling your brain with the information you need. And with a preview of tonight's news, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, the latest local updates on the COVID-19 pandemic. I'll have your complete North Central Washington weather forecast for the upcoming weekend, and Eric Grantstrom will have a look at sports. That and more coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. Hope you'll join us then. Dan?
I make a point of watching it. We hope you do too. And don't forget, you can also watch it on demand right around 5 o'clock. We post a link on our Facebook page. If you click on it, it takes you right to our news. So if you prefer to consume your news on your smart device or your smart TV, you can do that too. You don't have to hang around and wait till, say, 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock to watch the news. You can watch it whenever you want to, right around 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And all of our newscasts and all of our locally produced shows, as a matter of fact, are archived. So if you missed a newscast, you can go to our website at ncwlife.com. And while you're at our website, drop us a note. There's a Contact Us icon at the top of your screen. Click on it. Fill out the form. We'll get it here. If you want to get a hold of us via email, always preferable, news at ncwlife.com, news at ncwlife.com, or you can go to our Facebook page and use Facebook Messenger. We even have a Twitter handle, although I personally have never Twittered. We're going to take a break. Come back. Sports, the obscure holiday. We've got some celebrity birthdays today in history, and everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, my name is Todd Mill with the Rail Station and Ale House in Wenatchee. During this time of the coronavirus pandemic, we're urging you to stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe. As an essential business during this crisis, we're doing our best to serve meals to the children in this community for free to make sure that nobody goes hungry. When this crisis passes, and it's safe to do so, we hope you'll come down and join us at the Rail Station and Ale House. But until then, stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe. Thank you.
You know you want them. Such great brands, beautiful colors, handbags, jewelry, but Collins is closed for now. Here's a good idea. Buy a gift card from Collins and receive a gift card for yourself. Buy a $100 card, get a $20 bonus card. You get it. Birthdays, friends, cooped up in the house days. It's hard to go without our Collins Fix, but buying a gift card will support this great business, and you have a shopping trip to look forward to. Collins Fashions, waiting for the day to reopen in downtown Wenatchee.
We are back at the 25 minutes after the hour. Sports. Wenatchee Athletic Director Jim Beeson works in his office at the high school a couple days a week. The rest of the time he's getting his job done at home. He and his colleagues at Wenatchee High School are doing what they can during this COVID-19 shutdown. He says Wenatchee High School is joining other schools across the state with a program to recognize their spring sports seniors.
We're taking part in the Be the Light thing every Friday night. We're turning the lights on for 20 minutes. We're honoring each team, kind of like Eastmont is. Every week we're doing a different team, and our booster club is putting that out in Facebook and other avenues that they're putting out, like this week I think is soccer that they put out there. And we're not doing anything specifically at the stadium in terms of, we had talked about trying to announce the kids or do whatever, but there's really no road necessarily that drives right by the Apple Bowl. It's difficult to do, and we don't want people stopping and gathering. It defeats the purpose. And so it's little, but that's what it is. The Booster Club is trying to work with the city to hang banners as opposed to apple blossom banners, maybe printing banners up front and back with seniors on them and hang those, making up yard signs, trying to work with you guys and do a senior night deal and do a signing night deal. I mean, it's never going to replace their senior season and the ability to go out and compete. There's nothing that you can do that can replace that, but just trying to make them feel a little bit more, the understanding that everybody's trying to think about them and trying to do something positive for them. But in the end, nothing's going to replace going out and playing games. Anybody that was an athlete knows that, and it's that competitiveness in you that makes you a good athlete. And whether you're playing in front of nobody or 200,000 people, it doesn't matter. It's just you want to go out and play.
Jim, speaking of the Booster Club and that signing ceremony, I know that's a rite of passage in the springtime that we have been down to be able to cover the last couple of years. What are you hearing on what they're going to try to do there as far as that goes?
Well, what we're going to try to do, and hopefully this works with you guys, is we're going to try to get the kids, come up with a little bit of a script for each kid in terms of questions, and then have them record themselves or someone record them doing the script and what they're doing, where they're going, all that kind of stuff, and then trying to get that information to you so that you guys can put it together and put it out there in whatever capacity that you can. And then we'll push it out on all of our Twitter. The ASB kids have Twitter accounts and things like that, and trying to just get it out there and be seen as much as possible.
Now, a lot of our area high schools, if not all of them, are taking part in the Be the Light campaign. That's when they turn on their stadium lights Friday nights at 8:20, which is 2020 military time, in honor of the class of 2020, and then the lights stay on for 20 minutes. By the way, Eric's entire interview with Jim Beeson, as well as his interview with Eastmont Athletic Director Wes Waterman, you can watch it at your own leisure by going to our website at ncwlife.com. The outgoing voice of the Wenatchee Apple Sox, Joel Norman, was able to catch up with the former Apple Sox pitcher who's now playing Major League Baseball, Troy Stainbrook. You remember him? He said, hey, his summer that he spent in Wenatchee was a really cool thing.
I think it was a great period of growth for me. Coming from college where I was a starter, I kind of got to come out of the back end of the bullpen with the Apple Sox. And I've kind of fit right into the role. I felt like my stuff kind of matched up with what was asked of me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the people. I think the community aspect of the Apple Sox was something that, in summer ball, it's something you're looking for. And it's something that I really enjoyed.
So after the season wrapped up, you get drafted in the 30th round by the Washington Nationals. And just tell me what that was like, getting that call and realizing I'm a professional athlete. How cool was that?
Yeah, well, it was a little, the injury made it a little scarier than we wanted it to. I think that obviously, with the whole elbow issue being kind of up in the air at the time, I was doing rehabs and we weren't really sure if the rehab was going to work or not. The Nationals took a chance on me. I'm extremely grateful for that. I was actually out on the golf course with my dad during the last day of the draft. And we were like, just try to stay busy, try to keep our mind off of it. And I think probably around the 25th round, I looked at him, I said, I don't think it's going to happen. I think everyone's too scared of the elbow. And then I get a call and I was a little emotional for sure. Definitely just like that, my life changed for sure. Very special day for me.
Stainbrook is hoping to get his career underway sooner rather than later with the World Champion Nationals. The West Coast League and the Apple Sox, of course, are still shooting for that first week in June to get the season started. Officially, it's still June 4th, Thursday, June 4th, opening day for the Apple Sox. By the way, you can watch Joel's entire interview with Stainbrook by going to the Wenatchee Apple Sox Facebook page. Once again, we are presenting great games of the past. Tonight at 7 o'clock, we got the Bridge of Sportsmanship game coming your way from 2016. Flag-filled night for the home team at Wildcat Stadium. Eastmont hosting Wenatchee in the 48th Gridiron Classic between those two schools. Eric Granstrom had the call with Grant Olson.
Marcus Garcia comes into the ballgame, splits out wide to the right along with two other receivers here for Blakeney, who looks left. Now will get the pass from center on a 3rd and long. Now Scampers has trouble. Runs out of the pocket, looking downfield, has room to run it. No, he's going to throw it instead. The ball is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Wenatchee. It's Patty Allen on the catch, and the Panthers retake the lead. Wenatchee's defense got to be breathing hard right now. Schwenkendorf gets the snap. 3-man rush. Steps up in the pocket. Has pressure. Gets away from one man. Has another man coming at him, and is going to be flipped back to Knighton. Knighton now rolling to his right, looking downfield, looking to try to do something, trying to give the ball away, and he does, and it will be covered there at the 25-yard line, and the Wenatchee fans go nuts, as do the football players on the sidelines across, and it looks like the Bridge of Sportsmanship trophy will be going back to Wenatchee.
Yes, you can take a barefoot walk through the carpets of the hallways of the memories of your football mind tonight at 7 o'clock right here on the NCW Live channel. We got another great game for you on Saturday at 2 o'clock. We're to present the Big Nine Girls Soccer Championship from 2017. That was Wenatchee and West Valley. Sebastian Maraga and Matt Wisen with the call. Saturday night at 7 o'clock, you got Western Washington Football Alliance playoff action from July of 2016. When the Wenatchee Valley Rams took on the Tri-City Rage at Leib-Off Field of the Apple Bowl. Steve Oak had the call there. And on Sunday, we have Wenatchee and Sunnyside Baseball from last year at 2 o'clock. And then Sunday night at 7 o'clock, it's Wenatchee Wild and the Trail Smoke Eaters. And those are just some of the games that people aren't playing on this Friday, the 17th day of April. Once again, I had a myriad of different obscure holidays to choose from. Today is Herbalist Day. I don't know anybody by the name of Herb. I decided to pass on that. Today is National Ellis Island Family History Day because it was on this day back in 1907 that Ellis Island in New York Harbor processed 11,747 people in one day. That was more than any other day, so they marked this day in case you had ancestors that came through Ellis Island. Today is National Haiku Poetry Day. Today is National Cheese Ball Day, which I checked. It isn't even food. But no, today is National Bat Appreciation Day. Sorry about the lousy graphic. It's the best I could do. It's not easy being a bat. I mean, you got Dracula, you got rabies, their teeth are pointy, they hang upside down to sleep. Bats scare people, but they shouldn't scare you. Bats are important. Bats, of course, are the only mammals that can fly. They get that all to themselves. A single brown bat can catch and eat about 1,200 mosquito-sized insects in 1 hour. That's important. In fact, we mentioned that bats are the only mammals that can fly. Bats make up a quarter of all mammals on this planet. If you want a nice metabolism, become a bat in your next life because bats can digest bananas and mangoes and berries and fruit all the way in about 20 minutes. That's impressive metabolism right there. More than 50% of all the bat species in this country are endangered or in severe decline for all the obvious reasons. And bats, like most mammals, only have one pup a year. Give a little love for the bat, will you? They do their work. They're scary, but they do their work. And by the way, nobody gets bitten by a bat and has rabies anymore. It just didn't happen. It's a fallacy. 34 minutes after the hour. Today in history. There it is. Yeah, the Bay of Pigs. Bay of Pigs invasion. A bunch of Cuban exiles who, of course, were financed and trained by the Central Intelligence Agency landed at the Bay of Pigs in Cuba. The idea was to overthrow and oust Fidel Castro, who didn't work. I love the headline. Rusk says, we're not going to get involved. Yeah, we already were involved. We're the ones who started the whole idea, and the thing was a complete fiasco. Of course, it was the Eisenhower administration who had planned the Bay of Pigs with the CIA, but it landed on John F. Kennedy's doorstep. When he became president, he went ahead and gave it the green light, and the whole thing turned into a giant fiasco. To JFK's credit, he took the blame. Took the blame for it, even though he really didn't have anything to do with it. And of course, for Fidel Castro, it was great. I mean, for Fidel Castro, who fought off the Bay of Pigs, he was a national hero. He solidified his power in Cuba, and for the United States and Cuba, it was, 4 decades of this. The Bay of Pigs invasion. Oops. Story happened on this date 59 years ago today. 56 years ago today, Shea Stadium opened in Queens, New York. The Mets lost. They always lost. They lost 4-3 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Believe it or not, the crowd of 50,153 at the grand opening of Shea Stadium was not a sellout. Shea Stadium was barely ready to go in time for the game. They didn't have a chance to do a shakedown, so to speak. You know, with new ballparks, they have a couple of games beforehand to make sure everything works. Public address announcements and the grounds crew and everybody knows what they're doing with the brand new facility. They didn't have a chance to do that at Shea Stadium. In fact, ironically enough, because there was a jurisdictional dispute between two unions, Local 3 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers and Local 1106 of the Communications Workers of America, they were fussing and fighting and feuding, so the telephone and telegraph wiring was not finished in time for opening day. There were no telephones, pay phones, or any other kind of phones at Shea Stadium on opening day. Hard to believe that, 56 years ago today. And 50 years ago today, we mentioned this, of course, a couple of days ago. Houston, we have a problem. They got through it all right. It was 50 years ago today, April 17th, 1970, that the ill-fated Apollo 13 spacecraft made it back to Earth safely. But it was a rather nervous 48 hours for the folks at the Apollo program, but they made it back to Earth. And finally, birthdays. One of my favorite actors, almost forgotten now, William Holden. Born in the state of 1918. Sunset Boulevard is such a fantastic movie. He should have gotten the Academy Award for Best Actor for Sunset Boulevard. He did not. The next year, he made Stalag 17, and he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for Stalag 17 back in 1953. He should have won it in 1952 for Sunset Boulevard. Most people agree it was kind of a makeup. You know, sorry, Bill, should have won last year. So all you got to do is make a movie in 1953, and we'll just give you the Oscar. The Bridge on the River Kwai, The Wild Bunch, Picnic, Network. Bill Holden, born in the state of 1918. And Harry Reasoner, one of my favorite journalists with ABC and CBS for many, many years. He was part of the originator of 60 Minutes. He won 4 Emmy Awards and a George Foster Peabody Award. The great Harry Reasoner, great journalist, great writer. Born in the state of 1953. We lost Harry a number of years ago, 37 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. Everyone's entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. Is up next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I-dos to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
I have a hereditary bone disease from the female side of my family. My bone loss was so significant that you could almost see the roots. I became embarrassed and I started covering my mouth. Eating became very difficult as far as I stopped eating apples, corn on the cob, things that you just eat as it is without utensils. Dr. Divis was my dentist prior to having implants. We talked about traditional dentures or implants, and implants was the only way really that I could go. John Divis and all of his office staff, they checked on me throughout all the processes. I would never go anyplace else. Today, I can eat corn on the cob. I can have apples. Thanks to Dr. John Divis and his staff, I have my smile back. I feel more confident. I am me again.
This is John Divis. Let our team help you solve your dental needs.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, many Christians today share the perception that society is deteriorating, and that's evidence that we are in the end times. Well, I don't deny some nasty stuff is going on nowadays, but I do feel a lot of this deterioration is just the natural progression of human nature, which has always been problematic. Now, I contend that in many ways, society is improving. Now, not perfect yet by any means, but improving. For example, recognition of our need to acknowledge and stand up against domestic abuse and domestic violence. Our acknowledgement and willing to deal with the abuse of our children. Our increased recognition of and the respect for the rights of the disenfranchised. Also, an improvement is an increased recognition of the respect of women's rights and their role in our society. And like him or not, the fact that this country matured enough to elect a black man for president. Now maybe, just maybe in some ways, we're moving in the right direction. Now, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Mike's Meats and Seafood is open for business. All your favorite items, including ready-to-heat meals, individually packed to your order. Enter at the north door of the Pybus Market from 10 to 6 daily. Fire at the Pybus Market will continue offering to-go, curbside, and delivery services from 12 to 8 p.m. daily. The menu is available on Facebook or online at viscontis.com. All the fresh produce, breads, and many other hard-to-find items are still available at Royal Produce at the Pybus Market. Use the west side entrance and get what you need today. Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 6th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special. We're back here on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz at 44 minutes after the hour. Clear skies, 37 degrees, increasing clouds later on today. A mixture of clouds and sun on Saturday. Lots of sunshine on Sunday. Forecast details are coming up. If you're just joining us, our top story this morning, a Waterville landmark went up in flames last night. Kopi's Garage. It's been around for decades. It served as a Ford garage back to the day. It is no longer on this Friday morning. It burned to the ground. Douglas County Fire District's numbers 1, 2, 4, and 5, alongside Chelan County Fire District's number 1 and 7, all responded to the fire shortly after 7 o'clock last night at the corner of US 2. This is right behind Pioneer Park in downtown Waterville. Here's some footage.
Yeah, my gosh, it's so bad. Wow. In the middle of all the burning,
So
there's a
hot
cross.
right here.
I can just hear the explosions and we can feel the heat. So sad.
What is? Listen to that.
What? I know. Come look. It's amazing.
Holy.
Oh. A big wall just fell.
Holy.
Look at your Snapchat. Bye. There's my old bulb. Let me turn this fucker on. There goes a part of Waterville history, the Ford garage. Pretty sad.
There it goes. Poor Kobe.
That wall's
Have you ever seen such a thing?
hell. Across from Niemeyer's. Yep, it's sad. Piece of history. All right, I'm gonna watch it. Bye.
Well, who said that? Weird.
Powerful stuff indeed. We want to thank Candy Ludeman and Sarah J. Moore for providing us that footage. Here's a shot of what Kopi's looked like back in the day. Again, a Waterville landmark indeed. It has served as a storage area and a place to work on vehicles by its owner. The cause of the fire and the other information is not known at this time. We'll have more on this, obviously, with the news tonight with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock. By the way, Highway 2 through Waterville is still closed at this hour, but there are detours available in the Waterville area if you plan on traveling through Highway 2 and through Waterville. Detours are available, but the main highway through town obviously remains closed. Speaking of fires, a single-wide trailer, multiple vehicles, and 2 outbuildings destroyed by a debris fire that burned out of control. This happened in Malaga on Wednesday afternoon. Firefighters were able to prevent it from spreading to 2 nearby homes, however. Chelan County Fire District 1 said a huge debris pile was burning between 2 homes when crews arrived. It had reached within 5 feet of a residence in the 4000 block of Concord Avenue, again in Malaga. The fire was reported at 1:30 in the afternoon, and crews had the wind-driven blaze contained to just the debris pile and the burnt cars. By 1:46 in the afternoon, the 2 destroyed structures were filled with a variety of household items, the fire district reported. Kayla Keller is the public information officer for the fire district. She said the fire is under investigation, but wind obviously played a major role. She said people doing spring yard maintenance needs to be aware of the weather conditions and check with your local fire department before you do any outdoor burning. A woman told Wenatchee police she was stabbed in her sleep by her housemate. It happened on Tuesday, and believe it or not, this is not the first time it's happened, according to her. Officers arrested 53-year-old William Conrad Hewitt. He's now in jail on suspicion of first-degree assault. The victim said she believes Hewitt stabbed her while she was unconscious under the influence of medication. Police found her in Walla Walla Point Park with a non-life-threatening wound to her chest. She said Hewitt stabbed her at least once before, back in late February, and at that time, she had to be hospitalized. Police say Hewitt has denied the accusation, but on Wednesday, Judge Leslie Allen ordered him held on a $250,000 bond, calling the allegations, quote, bizarre, end quote. He has not yet been formally charged. Chris Sharp is the new director of the Chelan County Regional Justice Center, and he wasn't expecting to take over the job of managing hundreds of inmates at the same time during a public health crisis, but he says the Chelan County Regional Justice Center is doing their very best to keep inmates and staff healthy. Chris Sharp had a chance to sit down with Chelan County Commissioner Bob Buchert with an interview with our very own Jefferson Robbins.
As of today, of the preventive measures we put in place, I think have prevented us from having a positive COVID-19 in our jail. Doesn't mean we won't get one, but right now, as of today, we still have not had one. One of the things we first did was we put booking restrictions in effect. So local law enforcement minimizing the amount of new people we'd be bringing to jail. What that means is we will accept all felony arrests. We still are accepting felony warrants. However, on the misdemeanor and the gross misdemeanor side, we are only accepting the mandatories, which would be our DUIs and any domestic violence charges. We've also let our local law enforcement know that we would also take somebody that maybe was going to get charged with a criminal trespass or disorderly conduct, but the officer felt that they were going to be a severe public safety risk if they were not moved into jail. So we're taking those into consideration. However, we did start this with about 200 inmates in our jail population March 19th, and within a week, we were down to about 130. We're hovering between 130 and 150 currently, with booking restrictions in effect. We are screening every inmate before they're booked into jail, so our staff and medical staff are meeting the arresting officer in our Sally Port, which is a semi-secure area. We're taking their temperature, we're asking them some screening questions, making sure that they're not hitting any of the marks that we don't want to accept. Most of our housing units that house about 15 to 18, there's 3 and 4 people in those cells right now because our population is so low. So yeah, I think one cell we have 10 people in it, but that cell is designed for 32. So we're doing a pretty good job of being able to manage the population we have right now. As far as we can't make them in the cell stay 6 feet apart, but we educate them and recommend them. But also for them, those ones that have been in there, their risk of contracting the virus is very, very low, actually. They're not out in the public. They're not leaving their cells. They're not touching things they shouldn't be touching. I mean, they're quarantined. Their biggest threat is us. So we are making sure we do our best to be socially distant from them. We actually did have one staff member, his spouse had contracted the COVID-19. So his doctor, he was screened and tested and he was negative. But on recommendation of his doctor, he was isolated for 14 days. As far as the rest of the staff, to my knowledge as of today, we haven't had any other cases of it. We've also briefed our staff daily. If you feel sick, don't come to work.
Got some good news for you outdoor recreational enthusiasts out there. After being closed for recovery work from the 2018 Cougar Creek fire, the Lower Mad River Trail has reopened. The U.S. Forest Service said Thursday that workers from the Northwest Youth Corps, the Forest Service Trail Crews, and volunteers from the Northwest Motorcycle Association built a new bridge, cleared out burned trees, widened some trails, even moved some big old rocks. Most of the trail is open to hikers, mountain bikers, horses, and dirt bikes. However, like all trailheads in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, the Pine Flats Trailhead, which gets you access, remains closed. So if you're planning on visiting, you need to park elsewhere and then walk to the trailhead. The lightning-caused Cougar Creek fire, remember that one, burned more than 43,000 acres. To help communities stay connected while social distancing is the law of the land, the Chelan County PUD wants to help establish free Wi-Fi hotspots throughout its service area. The PUD launched a plan this week with local internet service providers to set up 50 or more Wi-Fi zones in public places starting over the next couple of weeks. Exact locations for the $40,000 project, they haven't worked that one out yet. The Wenatchee School District and GWADA, the Greater Wenatchee Area Technology Alliance, also announced a program to let students check out mobile Wi-Fi hotspots from local libraries, and that should enable students to carry out their online work for the rest of the school year where they might not otherwise be able to do so without access to the internet. And that's a look at what's making news on this Friday morning. We're going to take a break and come back and give you your weekend weather forecast in depth. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
The world around us is constantly changing. Major employers in north central Washington have expressed a need for capable, qualified engineering technologists who can think critically and solve problems. And at Wenatchee Valley College, we listened. We are pleased to offer a Bachelor of Applied Science Engineering Technology degree to provide you with a world of new opportunities. Your time is now. The future is waiting for you.
Hi, Stu Fried here from Confluence Health. We're really fortunate not to have thousands of new coronavirus cases here each day, like some parts of the world. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to keep it that way. The only way we can slow the spread is by following state and federal mandates on staying home and 6-foot social distancing. If you're not following these mandates, wake up. If we don't take these steps right now, we'll face infection rates that will push our local healthcare system beyond their limits. Imagine being turned down for medical care, whether you're infected or not. Or maybe you need a ventilator or an intensive care unit that isn't available. Our healthcare workers' safety and well-being are in your hands. These men and women are on the front lines and need your help. Look, we don't have a vaccine. There is no medicine. All we have is each other. We're going to flatten this curve together, or face rapidly increasing numbers of infections and more deaths in our community. Thank you for staying home and doing your part.
And we are back at 57 minutes after the hour. Let's talk about your forecast. First of all, we have some slides to show you from the National Weather Service. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The big story today, the clouds will be coming in from the north. There's a weak little shortwave disturbance over central British Columbia, and it's going to slowly, gradually drop south right into our area. So increasing clouds throughout the day today. Will be about half clouds, half sun by noonish or 1 o'clock. It'll be mostly cloudy by sunset tonight. Saturday, a chance of some light rain, widespread chance, really all over eastern Washington. I don't know if we're going to get any here. To the north of us and to the east of us, there's a better chance of rain for the Wenatchee Valley. Probably not so much. The long-term outlook, your 8 to 14-day outlook, looks something like this from the Climate Prediction Center. They say the last week or so of April, we'll see temperatures near or slightly above average for our area and an increased chance of precipitation in our area. And we need the precipitation. I know I feel like I'm gilding the obvious lily here, but we are in a drought. In fact, from the U.S. Drought Monitor stations, you see that orange swath of real estate that runs right down the middle of our state. That is us, and that means we are in a severe drought, In fact, the numbers are pretty sobering. In the 76 days since February 1st, we've had only 5 days of measurable precipitation in the Wenatchee Valley. We're not in an extreme drought, but we're in a bad one. We need rain. Are we going to get any rain? Maybe. Don't cross your fingers. Let's take a look at the forecast one more time in depth from the National Weather Service, as I mentioned before. As the day progresses, the clouds will be rolling in. We're at 37 degrees right now. Again, increasing high clouds, about 50-50 clouds and sun by noon, mostly cloudy by sunset. I don't know if we're going to get to 74 or not. That might be a tad optimistic. Mostly cloudy tonight, but the blanket will be covering the valley. That'll hold the heat in, so we'll get down to 49 for the overnight low. Saturday, it's going to be a tug of war between the clouds and the sun. We'll call it partly cloudy skies, but the thing that we'll really keep an eye out is a chance of light rain. We're talking showers, really not rain. So some sprinkles here and some sprinkles there. We need more than that, but any kind of precipitation at this point would be much appreciated. We'll get up to about 68 degrees, 43 for the overnight low on Saturday night. Sunday, how about sunshine and 72? How about that? We'll take that, 43 for the overnight low. All of the temperatures that you see, not only the afternoon highs, but the overnight lows are above normal. So sunshine Sunday, sunshine Monday, sunshine Tuesday. And the next chance of system starts coming through on Wednesday, and that's when the pattern will begin to shift. It'll be occasionally breezy and maybe a little bit of rain on Wednesday. About a 40% chance of precipitation, 100% chance of 100% chance of rain would be better, he said. It's been a long week. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Everybody have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.